Alright. Episode 38. Better late than never. Twilight's Castle. Twilight and Shadow waking up together. Wow. Last night was the best sleepless night I've ever had, and it felt amazing.
Same goes for me. All the things you can do with your magic. I love you, Twilight.
I love you too. Twilight and Shadow kiss. I don't mean to ruin this wonderful moment, but the more you get to know me, the more you'll realize that I tend to obsess on certain things that I deem as important. Other than you, the only other thing on my mind is Starlight.
Are you still worried that Starlight is going to harm you?
Partially that, but even more so that my friendship with her is completely ruined by my betrayal for falling in love with you. I know us being together started because I broke that spell on you, but I knew my kiss was the only thing that was going to save you from Chrysalis's control.
We were in love with each other far before your kiss broke that spell. Like I told you yesterday, I knew I was in love with you after we had that romantic moment, after stopping the Pegasi gang during the Baltimore riot. The only reason we didn't happen then was because we had the same excuse. You didn't want to hurt Flash and Starlight, and I didn't want to hurt Starlight either.
I will always remember that moment because in my heart, I knew there was something special about us. I wanted you so badly in that moment, but it's like you said, I was with Flash and you were with Starlight. They were the reasons I couldn't kiss you then.
I never understood how you could have fallen in love with me. When I first met you, I treated you horribly.
Yes, you did, but deep down, I saw how good of a heart you had, and believe it or not, I kind of liked your dark side. By no means are you perfect, but neither am I. We all make mistakes that we regret. I can't explain it, but I love everything that makes you who you are, Shadow. Even the parts of you that have gotten you into trouble.
Did I ever tell you the real reason I stole your bottle of Dom Ponion?
No, I assumed it was because you were a jerk that enjoyed tormenting me.
That was part of it, but the main reason I did it was because I wanted your attention. I did it because I kinda had a crush on you then too, and I enjoyed getting you all frazzled. Sophomoric, I know, but I think you're incredibly hot and cute when you get angry, and even though I broke your trust when I stole that bottle of champagne, you forgave me.
For some reason, Shadow, I could never stay mad at you. Even though you had moments that upset and hurt me, you had these moments when I got to see the soft side of you, and I couldn't help but be intrigued by you. It also didn't hurt that from day one I found you to be incredibly handsome. The truth is when we fought off that Pegasi gang to retrieve the Chaos Emerald from the Baltimore riot, I saw how much I meant to you. You fought for my honor and you protected me. I wasn't expecting that, and from that moment on, I knew deep down you loved me, and I was madly in love with you.
I never meant to hurt Starlight, but I am happy now that you and I can finally be together. I've always admired you, Twilight. No matter what, you've always believed in me. I felt how much you cared about me, even if you were mad at me. And I have to admit, I was completely intrigued by how powerful and tough you are, and yet you are the sweetest and most compassionate girl I've ever known. I told you I would have loved the chance at trying to make you happy, and now I have that chance. I love you.
I can't believe all my dreams have finally come true. I always wanted to be in this moment with you, Shadow, and I'll admit I was beginning to think it would never happen. Now that it has, I can honestly say it far exceeds any fantasy I had in my head about you. You're the one I truly love. I love you too, Shadow the Hedgehog. They begin kissing again. The Cloud Dominium. Chris and Sonic loading up the X-Tornado. Rainbow Dash, hearing all the commotion, decides to trot downstairs. Sonic and Chris re-enter the Cloud Dominium.
Hey, you two! What's with all the noise?
I tell you to pack your bags, but I already took care of that for you.
Pack my bags? For what?
I thought a lot about what Rarity said the other night about how you and I are newlyweds and we needed some intimacy. It also made me start thinking about how you and I postponed our honeymoon because of Chrysalis and the Changelings. Now that the fight with them is over, I decided it's time you and I go on our honeymoon.
Oh my gosh! Sonic, you planned our honeymoon? Are you sure you still want to go after everything that's happened?
Absolutely, Dash. It's been exactly 1 week since we were married, and we haven't had any time to enjoy it because of all the fighting with the Changelings. So I took Rarity's advice about us spending some quality time together and rescheduled our honeymoon for the next 10 days on Paradise Island. Chris is taking us in the X-Tornado right now.
Oh, Sonic, when did you do this?
I found all the hotel information inside the wedding planner folder you had. I called the hotel on Paradise Island while you and the girls were out taking pictures for your damage assessment report to Princess Celestia, and I made the reservations for us. I figured it would be a nice surprise for you considering we had to cancel our honeymoon to fight Chrysalis and the Changelings. I think a vacation is exactly what we need right now, Dash. Rainbow Dash tackles Sonic to the ground and engulfs him in a hug.
I am so excited! You are such an amazing husband. I really don't know what to say right now because I'm totally mind blown that you'd planned this for us. Oh, Sonic, I love you so much. Thank you.
Trust me, I'm just as excited as you are, Dashy. It's been really hard keeping this a secret the last 2 days. I'm looking forward to just sitting on a beach, soaking up the sun with you, and other activities. Winks at Dash. If you know what I mean.
Well, it is our honeymoon.
Rainbow Dash giggles. Oh, wow. I definitely should not be hearing this conversation. Well, what do you think happens during a honeymoon, Chris? Chris blushes and is laughing. Even though I've never experienced a honeymoon of my own, I do know what happens when a couple is on one. I'm going out to warm up the X-Tornado. It's absolutely frigid outside this morning. Good idea, Chris. Dash and I will be out in a couple of minutes. We have to grab a couple of last-minute things and we'll be on our way. Oh, hey, Sonic. Yeah, what is it, Chris? Amy is off for the weekend. Do you mind if she were to tag along on the flight to Paradise Island? I don't have a problem with that as long as you're okay with it, Dash.
I'm cool with it. Amy and I have been on better terms lately. I guess I have to thank Chris for that. She's been a much happier Hedgie since you've come along.
Chris gives Dash a look.
What? It's the truth, though.
I'm going to head out and pick up Amy. I'll be back to pick you two up in about a half an hour. Sounds great. That gives us a chance to grab a quick shower before we head out. Chris nods and exits the Cloud Dominium. Chris boards the X-Tornado and takes off for Fluttershy's cottage. Rainbow Dash wastes no time and begins French-kissing Sonic.
I love you so much, Sonic. I can't believe you put all this together for me.
I love that the simplest things in life make you happy. Making you smile is one of my favorite things to do. If there's one wish I have for us, it's to always be able to make you smile and be happy.
Well, you've never have to try very hard. You, since day one, have made it very easy for me to smile. You've brought so much joy and love into my life, and I'm so very thankful fate brought you to me. I really did marry the greatest guy ever. You seriously put my happiness before your own, and I know without a doubt that you love me. Why don't we just take that shower now? It's my turn to put a smile on your face.
Rainbow Dash winks at Sonic as he scoops Dash into his arms and takes her into the bathroom for a romantic shower. Meanwhile, shortly after Cream's funeral, Rarity and Silver caught a train to Canterlot. Rarity decided it was in the best interest for her fashion business for her to temporarily operate out of her boutique in Canterlot as her new home and boutique were being rebuilt in Ponyville. Rarity was heartbroken over losing her home and boutique in Ponyville. However, she was silently excited to be spending the holidays living in Canterlot with Silver. Unlike her Rarity for You boutique in Manhattan, her Canterlot Carousel boutique had a livable upstairs loft for her and Silver to sleep in, complete with a fully functioning war room for Rarity to continue designing her clothing lines as well. Rarity and Silver are inside the boutique, getting ready to open the store. Sassy Saddles, Rarity's store manager, enters the boutique.
"Oh, Rarity, it has been far too long, my dear."
Sassy and Rarity come together for a friendly hug.
"Well, you know my motto. If you don't see me often, that means you're doing great work. No, really though, darling, I couldn't have picked a better man than you to manage this boutique. I'm so sorry to hear about what happened to our boutique and your home in Ponyville. Honestly, I'm not worrying too much over it. I have a highly functioning operation here in Canterlot, which I intend to utilize during this transitional phase, as my headquarters is being rebuilt in Ponyville. I'm more heartbroken over the death of my dear friend and personal assistant, Cream. I know she was without a doubt a diamond in the rough that you discovered. Her designs and the workmanship she put into her stitchwork was impeccable. Cream was a remarkable talent, no doubt, but an even more remarkable friend. I miss her tremendously already. I take it that handsome hunk of a hedgehog is Silver." "Ah, yes, darling. Silver, there's some pony I'd like you to meet." Silver walks over. "Silver, I'd like you to meet Sassy Saddles. Sassy is my store manager here in Canterlot." Silver smiles shyly. "It's nice to meet you, Sassy. Rarity has said so many great things about you, and from the looks of this place, I'd say everything I heard about you is true." Sassy extends her hoof and shakes Silver's hand. "I must say, Silver, you are one handsome hedgehog. Rarity, I know you said Silver was a hottie, but I had no idea he'd be this sexy." Silver blushes and laughs. Oh, thanks." "Why, yes, thanks for noticing, Sassy. He needs to be one of our models for our stallion line of clothing." "I'm not the modeling type, although I am tremendously flattered you'd think that I am model material." "Nonsense, Silver. I actually agree with Sassy on this. I'd love for you to be one of my models. I know better than any pony in Equestria just how truly sexy you really are, darling." "Gee, Rarity, I never really gave it much thought. If I become a model, I'll never hear the end of it from Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow." "I won't force you to do it if you don't want to. I understand you have a reputation to upkeep with your bros." So did they give you a time frame as to how long it would take to rebuild the Ponyville boutique?" "As a matter of fact, they did. They said it should take about 2 months." "Oh, so you and Silver will be spending Heartswarming here in Canterlot?" "No, we'll be heading back to Ponyville for that. Silver and I will stay at my parents' house for the holidays. I want Silver to experience his first Heartswarming the way it was meant to be, with friends and family. And I know I own this store, but I also don't want to overstay my welcome either. You do such a fabulous job of running this boutique for me that I don't want to step on your toes." "Are you kidding? I have nothing. I love having the boss here. I always learn something new from you, Rarity." "Thanks for that. I honestly don't know what I'd do without you, or Coco. Having you girls on my team has allowed me to continue my line production without having to have to worry too much at all about the business aspect at the store level. Unfortunately, losing Cream is going to hurt a bit,
but I already have a pony in mind to replace her once my Ponyville boutique reopens in a couple of months. On a more positive note, you'll finally have the opportunity to meet Chris Thorndyke, our new order shipment handler, on Monday. Fantastic. I look forward to meeting him. He's really going to come in handy when you reopen your headquarters in Ponyville. Well, I think you're absolutely going to love him. He's a real sweetheart and a charming young man. Silver, are you ready to head over to the cafe for breakfast?
Yes, lead the way, beautiful.
Rarity kisses Silver. Oh, you're such a charmer. We'll be back in an hour or so, Sassy. When I get back, we must simply work on some design ideas together. It's been a long time since we designed together. That sounds like fun. Anyway, go and enjoy breakfast with your handsome hedgehog. Rarity and Silver exit the boutique and leave for the cafe. Starlight Glimmer's house. Spike walks up the steps and knocks on the door. Starlight opens the door. Oh, hey, Spike. Come on in. What brings you by? Spike enters. Starlight closes the door. I was thinking about you, so I decided to stop by and check on you. I hope you don't mind. No, it's really very sweet of you, Spike. You know, ever since I moved to Ponyville to rebuild and restart my life, you've honestly been my most loyal, caring, and trusting friend I've made here. You're a true friend, Spike. Thanks. You and I seem to have suffered the most as an end result to this war with Chrysalis and the Changelings. We both lost what we loved the most in life. You and I have always had this unique bond for some strange reason, and now we have this in common too. Honestly, I couldn't think of anywhere else I wanted to be right now other than here. Spike, can you be honest with me? Yeah. Is Shadow at Twilight's castle right now? Allow me to answer that with a question of my own. Why do you think I came here for? That answers it. How did you do it, Spike? How did you ever forgive Rarity for betraying you the way she did and still remain friends? 2 reasons. Number 1, I care about Rarity so much that I could never hate her. And the second reason is I found the love of my life with Cream. Compared to Cream, my relationship with Rarity wound up meaning nothing to me. I miss her. I actually knew what it meant to be in real love because of her. Cream was hosed down, the most amazing girl I've ever met. I mean it when I say I am so sorry you lost her, Spike. You two were so happy and in love. You're such a sweet guy yourself, Spike. You deserve that kind of love with Cream. I'm really sorry you lost Shadow and your baby. You don't deserve any of this, Starlight. You know, the part that hurts me the most is the fact that Shadow lied to me about being in love with me. Even when he proposed to me, he was really in love with Twilight. I am so angry, confused, and betrayed right now. All I want to do is rip Twilight's heart out and stuff it down Shadow's throat and watch him suffocate on it. The way you feel about Twilight is deep down how I feel about Silver. I heard about how you threatened to kill Twilight, and in all honesty, it's not going to solve anything if you did. You've come a long way since those days. It'd be a shame to see it all be for nothing. I get that Twilight is practically your mother, and that you love her despite her faults. But she was one of my best friends whom I grew a trust for, and she completely stole the love of my life away from me. And for what, Spike? Look, I'm completely infuriated with Twilight over this too. What she did to you is no different than what Silver did to me, and it upsets me that she'd do that knowing how bad it hurts. I've told Twilight that kissing Shadow to break Chrysalis' spell to save him was innocent, but when she came over here to pursue Shadow after that kiss, I told her it was wrong and made her no different than Silver. I really care about you, Starlight, and I'd hate to see you lose the rest of your friendships if you chose to try to kill Twilight. I don't care what the rest of them think. They side with Twilight anyway. No, they honestly don't. They're upset with Twilight too. The girls are torn by this too because they're stuck in the middle of this situation between you, Shadow, and Twilight. None of us want to lose any of our friendships over this feud, so the girls will probably just remain neutral, even though deep down they've all admitted Twilight was wrong for what she did. I think it's for the best that if I go away for a while, I need to find myself again, and I can't do that here. Especially if I have to see Twilight and Shadow together. You okay, man? What if I talk to Twilight and see if she'll stop over to talk to you about this? I think if you both share your feelings, maybe it could save your friendship. I don't want to see you leave, Starlight. I'd really miss your friendship if you did leave. I need more time to sort out my feelings, Spike. Seeing Twilight now would only make things worse, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I ever want to sort things out with Twilight. Don't be surprised if I just decided to disappear, Spike. Right now, I can't help but feel like I'd be better off alone. The X-Tornado. Chris, Amy, Sonic, and Rainbow Dash flying towards Paradise Island. So Amy, Chris tells me you guys found an apartment you're interested in. Yeah, we're actually going to sign a lease for it tomorrow morning. It's perfect for us. Not too big of a place, the price is really good, and it has some really cool amenities too. Yeah, our apartment building has a community pool with a hot tub, a workout center, and our apartment has an amazing view of the north side of Ponyville. If you go out onto our balcony, you can see Canterlot Castle from there too. It's really a breathtaking view. Well, I'm happy for the two of you. It's nice to see you guys trying to make things work here in Equestria. Rainbow Dash and I will have to visit you guys once you get settled in. That'd be cool with me. I bet you two are brimming with excitement to be going on your honeymoon. Are you kidding? Excitement isn't the word to describe how I'm feeling right now. Paradise Island is totally romantic and is full of adventure. This place is perfect for Sonic and I. Romance and adventure? Yep, sounds like something Sonic would enjoy. Knowing Sonic, he'll probably have more adventure than romance. Amy and Chris start laughing. Oh, so true. Ha ha ha. Laugh it up, you guys. Honestly, I'm kind of adventured out at the moment. I'm looking forward to spending some quality one-on-one time with my beautiful wife. Aw, babe, that's so sweet. But seriously, though, we're still going on a couple of adventures. I'm taking you scuba diving one of the days we're there. Sonic scared. Ah, scuba diving? No way am I going scuba diving. Rainbow Dash annoyed. Sonic, there's nothing to be scared of. I taught you how to swim, remember? I know, but I'm not ready to swim underwater yet. I promise nothing is going to happen to you. I have a special surprise I want you to see, and the only way I could show it to you is if we go scuba diving. We'll be wearing oxygen tanks, so we'll be able to breathe the entire time we're down there. I still can't believe you were able to convince Sonic to even learn how to swim, Rainbow Dash. I tried for so long to get him in the water at the beach. And don't even get me started about the cruise that Chris's family took us on while we were on Earth. Chris chuckles. Yeah, Sonic thought he could run fast enough to jump off the ship and reach dry land. He tried to do that 18 times and landed in the ocean every time. For a guy who hated water and didn't know how to swim, you'd think he would have learned his lesson after the first attempt. Sonic shrugs. What can I say? I hated being cooped up on that ship. I appreciated the gesture of your family, including all of us on your cruise, Chris, but I was going crazy on that boat. A guy like me needs room to run, and I was getting bored. The best part of that trip is when Egghead attacked us. I'll have to remember to never book a vacation for a week aboard a cruise ship with you then. But seriously though, Sonic, do you think you can handle an hour-long boat ride so I could take you scuba diving? I really want to experience this really cool place with you, and it would mean a lot to me if I got the chance to show it to you.
Yeah, I can handle an hour boat ride for you. I'm not going to make any promises, but if taking me scuba diving means that much to you, then I'll give it a shot. But if I don't feel comfortable with it, then...
Then I promise we'll head right back up to the boat. I know swimming isn't your favorite thing to do, and I'm asking a lot for you to go to scuba dive with me. But trust me when I tell you, the place I'm taking you to is absolutely breathtaking, and only a handful of ponies alive know about this place. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I'm sure you're really going to remember.
Every moment we share is a lifetime experience. If this place means that much to you, then I promise I'll conquer my fears and experience it with you, Dash. Rainbow Dash smiles brightly.
Thank you, Sonic. I know how hard it is to ask you to conquer your fears about being underwater, but I really appreciate the fact that you're going to give it a shot for me.
Ponyville, Rah-Rah Mansion. Applejack, Knuckles, and Apple Bloom sitting in Rah-Rah's lounge room. Thanks for the hot chocolate and lunch, Rah-Rah.
Don't mention it, AJ. It was nice enjoying a lunch with my friends. I appreciate you guys coming over and checking in on me.
It's great to see that the changelings didn't do any damage to your home.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky. I've donated a large amount of money to help the rebuilding cause here in Ponyville. Does this happen often here?
No, usually it's Canterlot or the Crystal Empire that gets invaded. The Changeling attack was the first time Ponyville was invaded by one of our enemies. The only other time Ponyville was attacked severely was by Discord.
That's good to know. I'm honestly shocked that Manhattan has never been attacked like that before.
Well, if there's one thing I've been learning since becoming a member of the Harnessers of Harmony, it would never say never, Rah-Rah. I reckon that Ponyville is going to see a lot more violence in the future, though. What makes you say that? For starters, Ponyville is home to the Elements of Harmony, and the team that yields them. And Sweet Apple Acres is home to the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds. I see your point, but fortunately the team that protects Harmony and Chaos is a pretty damn good team, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Nux. The Harnessers of Harmony and the Sonic Heroes kick butt.
Oh, Apple Bloom, I almost forgot, sweetie. My choreographer got in touch with me a few weeks back, and after the new year he's agreed to come to Ponyville to teach you professional choreography.
Oh my goodness! Are you being serious, Rah-Rah?
Yes, absolutely. Consider it an early heartwarming gift from me to you. In actuality, the entire dance team is coming to Ponyville after the New Year's to work on the new choreography, so you'll be learning and dancing with my entire team of dancers.
Knuckles, pinch me. I can't believe this is really happening. I'm going to learn professional dance choreography with Rah-Rah and her dance team. Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo are going to freak out when I tell them this.
Apple Bloom rushes over to Rah-Rah and hugs her.
Thank you, Rah-Rah. I'm so excited to do this.
Well, you're very welcome, Apple Bloom. I'm glad you love my surprise, and to be honest, I'm really looking forward to having you here to try and learn some choreographed dances. If you're serious about becoming a real dancer, this is certainly a great opportunity for you to get some exposure to the business. Congratulations, Apple Bloom. I'm proud of you going for your dream.
Thanks, Knuckles.
I'm really happy to see how excited this makes you, Apple Bloom. Gets teary-eyed. Oh, shucks. You're growing up so dang fast.
Yeah, I am, sis. This is what I want to do with my life. I hope it doesn't disappoint you that I don't want to work the apple orchard with you, Knuckles, and Big Mac.
Applejack hugs Apple Bloom. Apple Bloom, as you've gotten older, I've only become that much more proud of you. I want you to be happy at whatever it is you choose to do with your life, and no matter what paths you choose to go down in life, I'll always be here to support you. I love you, Apple Bloom. There's no way you could ever disappoint me. Remember that, okay?
As much as I love dancing, I still have a lot of work to do if I ever intend to make it as a real dancer. I better make sure I nail every routine I learn here.
I'm glad to see that you're going to take this experience seriously, Apple Bloom. If you impress my choreographer, who knows what could happen? Rah-Rah gives Apple Bloom a smile. Twilight's castle. Twilight is in the Cutie Map conference room having lunch with Shadow.
Spike enters. Jeez, it's so freaking loud in this castle. Oh, hey, Spike. Where have you been all morning? Oh, I needed to clear my head for a while, and I couldn't do that here because of all the noise the construction crew was making. Well, Princess Celestia didn't waste any time in sending a construction crew to rebuild my castle. Be thankful we'll have the castle back to its original state before heartswarming. Care to join Shadow and I for some lunch, Spike? I'll join you guys, but I'm not hungry. I had a late breakfast at Starlight's.
You went and saw Starlight? How is she, Spike?
Honestly, I'm concerned at what she's planning on doing. You two hurt her very badly. On top of her having a miscarriage, her whole world has collapsed around her. I'm worried that she's going to try and hurt herself. Oh my gosh, what gives you that impression? Near the end of our conversation, she said something about disappearing and being alone for a while. I know Starlight, and I can tell you she's really heartbroken and needs help. I'm worried I'm going to lose another friend that I could have helped. Twilight, I think if you were to go over there and talk to her, show her that you still care and that you never meant to hurt her, maybe it'll help. I don't see how I'd be able to help her, Spike, considering I'm part of the reason she's emotionally wrecked right now. I think if I were to go over there right now, it'd only make things worse.
And there's no way I'd allow Twilight to go over there alone, considering Starlight threatened to kill her.
We have to do something. Starlight has had some awful things happen to her over the past, and a very large portion of her pain has come from you two. I think if Twilight were to go over there alone tonight and allow Starlight to vent her frustration out, then it may open the opportunity for you to apologize to her. Like it or not, Shadow, you and Twilight are a huge reason why she's hurt. She feels betrayed by the two of you, and you guys were the ones she trusted most in life. I think you owe it to her, Twilight, to go over there and attempt to fix things, or at the very least allow her to tell you about yourself. I beg your pardon, Spike. You act like Shadow and I meant for this to happen. I never wanted to hurt Starlight, and I'm certainly not the one who ended Shadow and Starlight's engagement. Yeah, but you played a role in their breakup, whether you want to admit it or not. The two of you have been in love with each other for months. Rather than come clean about those feelings, you both chose to cover them up, and when the truth came out, here more recently, it's completely exploded out of control, and there has been casualties. I understand why Twilight kissed you, Shadow, but for Starlight, that kiss meant Shadow has been lying to her about his feelings for her, and more important, how Shadow really feels about you, Twilight. Starlight is most crushed by the fact that you both betrayed her, and I think it's only fitting that you guys make it right.
Starlight threw me out and said she never wanted to see me again. She's not going to want to talk to me about any of this. Spike, what's done is done. I'm not hiding my feelings for Twilight anymore. I've done that for far too long.
I agree with you, Spike. Even though it was never my intent to hurt Starlight, my actions have led her to experience undeniable heartache. Tell Starlight that I want to stop by and attempt to work things out. I refuse to allow Starlight to go back down the path of darkness. I must take responsibility and ownership of what my actions have done. Okay, I'll go back to Starlight's and let her know that you wish to speak with her. Spike begins walking away. Spike? Yeah, Twilight? Thanks for challenging me to do the right thing. You're such a great friend to Starlight, and I applaud you for calling me out, and for standing up for something that you feel is right. Spike gives Twilight a half-hearted smile. It's not all on you, Twilight. I know deep down you never wanted to break up Shadow and Starlight. I truly believe that Starlight will eventually forgive you for this. Twilight, I'll head over to Starlight's house and let her know you request to see her. Spike leaves the room.
I'm not allowing you to go see Starlight without me.
I know you're concerned over my well-being, but Spike is right. I have to try to at least apologize for my role in your breakup with her. Meanwhile, Paradise Island, Sondash's honeymoon suite. Rainbow Dash and Sonic were eating dinner out on their 12th floor outdoor terrace. Man, it doesn't get any better than this.
I know. We've been married a week, and this is the first time we've had a moment alone together. I'm so glad you put this together. I wasn't sure if you wanted to go on our honeymoon after everything that's happened since our wedding.
I know things have been rough back in Ponyville this past week, but now that everything has calmed down a bit and Chrysalis and the Changelings have been defeated, we can finally take some time out and celebrate our marriage. I still can't believe I'm saying that, but my life has changed so drastically for the better since I arrived here in Equestria 6 months ago.
You're telling me 6 months ago I didn't think I'd ever be married again. After Soren broke my heart, I didn't think I'd ever want to go through that again.
I'm glad I convinced you to give love another chance. When we came to this planet, I wasn't thinking about love at all. When Applejack and Twilight told me that you were the fastest pony on the planet, I couldn't wait to meet and challenge you to catch me. What I didn't realize was just how extraordinary you were going to be. As I sat on that beach and looked at you for the first time, I was completely blown away at how attracted I was to you at first sight. You were showing off and doing some pretty cool stunts, and I have to admit you definitely piqued my interest. From the moment you caught me, I was completely caught up in you. It's everything about you, Dash. Your tenacious and vibrant spirit. You're funny. You have a smile and laugh that melts my heart and brings joy to my soul. Just being around you brings excitement into my life. Even though I wasn't looking for it when I came here, I'm glad I found love with you, Dash. Even more so, I'm glad you opened your heart to love again, even after it was shattered to pieces by Soren. I want you to know I will love you for the rest of eternity, and I will always be by your side to fight alongside you and to protect you. I love you, Rainbow Dash.
I meant what I said to you on our wedding day. I fell in love with you because you are my hero, Sonic. You legitimately brought me back to life, because after Soren broke my heart, all I could do was hide myself away. I figured the real Rainbow Dash wasn't good enough to experience love from any pony, and that's why Soren cheated on me. I remember sitting on that beach just minutes before I met you. I told Fluttershy that I couldn't wait to meet you so I could prove to Rouge that I was the fastest being on the planet. After I finished those stunts that piqued your interest, I remember you standing on the beach, staring at me, smiling at me, giving me a standing ovation. My first thought was, who is this guy? As I approached you for the first time, it hit me. I knew exactly who you were because Rouge described what you looked like. Then you looked at me with those super cute green eyes and that cool, cute, and confident smirk on your face and challenged me to catch you.
Applejack and Twilight both said that you were looking for me so you could challenge me to a race. I was intrigued because I heard you could break the sound barrier with your flight speed. Once Twilight told me where to find you, I figured it would be rude of me to keep a girl waiting.
I'm glad you found me on that beach and challenged me. It was in that first moment that you brought back the real me. You awakened my competitive spirit, brought back my sense of adventure. Your cute and handsome smirk gave me confidence to answer your challenge and not be afraid to be myself and enjoy life again. I knew in that first moment you were something incredibly special, Sonic. The more time we spent together, the more I got to see just how great of a guy you really are. You truly have the warmest, most kind, and loving hearts I've ever seen. Sonic, every day you prove to me just how much you love me and how much I mean to you. I don't ever question if you love me because I know you do. I want you to know that there is nothing I would not do for you, Sonic. I would, without any hesitation, lay my life down for you. You are my hero because I wouldn't be experiencing the greatest love and happiness of my life right now. And if not for you, I also love you for all eternity, Sonic.
Sonic gets out of his chair and extends his hand to Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash gently places her hoof into Sonic's hand. Sonic helps Dash out of her chair and takes her over to the railing and is holding her as they stare out towards the ocean. It's gonna be one epic adventure, isn't it? No matter what happens, through all the good, bad, and saving Equestria, we are definitely in for one hell of an adventure together, Sonic. I don't care what we go through in life, Dash. As long as I have you with me every step of the way, every adventure we have, I'll cherish. They continue kissing until they reach their bedroom inside the honeymoon suite. Sonic scoops Rainbow Dash into his arms and places her into the bed. Sonic climbs into bed with Dash and begins making love to her. Elsewhere in Ponyville, Spike had just returned back to Twilight's castle to inform Twilight that Starlight has agreed to talk to her tonight. Princess Twilight Sparkle was nervous but hopeful she'd be able to save her friendship with Starlight Glimmer. Little did Twilight realize she had reason to be nervous about meeting Starlight on this night. Shortly after Spike left Starlight's house, Starlight used her magic to rip the gas line out from her wall that was connected to the oven. Starlight's plan was to kill Twilight and disappear, making it look like she also died as well. Starlight has an evil grin on her face as she watches from a distance as Princess Twilight Sparkle makes her way towards Starlight's house, which was now filling up with gas. Twilight walks up the front porch steps and has a puzzled look on her face as Starlight's house is completely dark. That's strange. I thought Spike said she wanted to talk to me tonight. Twilight knocks on the door. Starlight, are you home? Starlight! Starlight to herself. Ring the doorbell, you idiot! Twilight smells something. Is that gas? Twilight opens the front door to Starlight's house and enters. Goodbye, Twilight. Oh my gosh, that is gas. Oh no. Starlight fires an energy blast from her unicorn horn. Starlight smiles demonically as she watches her house burn, thinking Princess Twilight Sparkle is dead.